Nick Diaz has never been one to hold back, whether it be in the cage or talking with the media. On Wednesday, 3 days before he returns to the octagon, after more than 6 years away, Diaz spoke of his resentment towards mixed martial arts, and wondered aloud why he is even competing against Robbie Lawler on Saturday at UFC 266 and maintained his long-held disdain towards fighting. "All the people around me and all the money and the sponsors, they won't let me get away from fighting," Diaz said in a sit-down interview with ESPN's Brett Okamoto. "There's things I could do, but that's not going to work out. I might as well just go and take my punches. I don't want to look back and say, why did I not just do it? I don't feel great. I feel great to fight. I don't feel great about everything else. If I don't do this, I don't know how I'm going to feel about myself. I tried to get away from it, but really it's just kind of inevitable. I'm going in there to win. Do I feel confident? I never do. I never have. I always feel like I'm going to get trashed out there. Every fight I've ever done. How do you feel against Robbie Lawler? Well, I feel like I'm going to get the shit beat out of me. And even when I win, I get beat up worse. I think I'll beat the shit out of Usman. I'll have a better shot against Usman than I do against Lawler, just because I already beat Lawler. This doesn't make sense for me to go in and fight Robbie Lawler again. I don't know why I'm doing this. This should not happen. Whoever set this up is a fucking idiot. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know why this happened. I should be fighting Kamaru Usman, and that's it. I have a lot of resentment towards the sport for taking so much from me and not giving anything back. This is great. They're promoting this fight. I didn't expect to be the main event or anything like that. I love to help people and I love to be part of the sport, so I don't love what's been done to me. Especially in the last 7 months, the last 2 years. So yeah, I've got a shot at dragging some of this back, so I'm gonna go for it. I feel like that every fight. I'm kind of a dark and dim person leading up to a fight. I just despise these people who are happy to go out there. Heavyweight boxing legend Evander Holyfield is expected to box again for Triller Fight Club following his recent TKO loss to Vitor Belfort. Belfort finished Holyfield in the first round with strikes in their recent boxing match for Triller. The fight was considered controversial by fans and media because Holyfield is 58 years old and took the fight on extremely short notice, which forced the entire event to shift from California to Florida. However, according to Triller co-founder Ryan Cavanaugh, Holyfield still plans on stepping into the ring once again following the Belfort fight. As far as Holyfield goes, it was an early stoppage and he believes he can still compete in boxing. If you talk to Holyfield, what the world perceived happened, didn't happen. If you talk to Holyfield, Vitor apparently stepped on his foot, which I haven't seen the footage yet, which made him trip, and that's why it looked like he fell. He swung really hard, which we all know that he did, and that was the knockout swing. Had he connected with Vitor, Vitor would probably still be in the hospital today. And he missed and it put him into the ropes because he swung so hard, Cavanaugh told MMAfighting.com's The MMA Hour. Vitor came back aggressively, but Holyfield is a notoriously slow starter. His strategy is, let me get hit, let me see how he punches, and then I'll come out with my returns. If you look closely at the footage, he was blocking. He said he got hit once. If you ask Holyfield, Vitor got one hit and the rest of it he was blocking. So the stoppage in his opinion was the problem, because he's like, I would have come back and I knew what I was doing. Danis, a longtime friend and training partner of Conor McGregor, was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct after an alleged incident that took place at a bar in Seaside Heights, New Jersey, according to MMA Fighting, which cited a court summons. Danis allegedly created a disturbance at the Beachcomber Bar and Grill, which led to his arrest. Details of the arrest came one day after video surfaced of Danis struggling with police and security as he's handcuffed, lifted off the ground, and taken into custody. On Wednesday, new eyewitness video emerged on social media of the moments prior to Danis being taken away. The video shows one security guard applying what looks like a rear naked choke to subdue Danis, who appears to tap out. In prior footage, Danis is seen wearing a brace on his right leg outside of his pants. Former UFC fighter Ben Askren responded to the video last night, tweeting out, "Lol, how funny is this? Cop has his back and is applying a rear naked choke. It's no wonder we never see him in the cage," followed by another tweet which said, "He never fights in the cage, only at bars." Injury has prevented Danis, a decorated BJJ black belt, from getting his MMA career off the ground. Danis, who's 2-0 with submissions in his pro career, has been scheduled to fight in January 2020 at Bellator 238, but he withdrew from the card after injuring his knee while helping McGregor prepare for his UFC 246 fight against Donald Cerrone. Danis underwent reconstructive surgery in March 2020. It's unclear if the brace worn by Danis is on his originally injured leg or if he suffered a new injury. According to MMA Fighting, Danis is due in Seaside Heights Municipal Court on October 19th. Robbie Lawler not only expects to beat Nick Diaz, but expects to finish him. In a 5-round middleweight bout on the main card of UFC 266, Diaz is set to return to the octagon for the first time since 2015 when he rematches Lawler. The two first met in 2004, with Diaz winning the fight by KO, but this time the former UFC welterweight champion is confident he will KO Diaz this time around. He's a guy that goes out there and tries to put on a show and doesn't show his opponent any respect. So it's going to be nice to go out there and knock him out, Robbie Lawler said on UFC's fight preview. I expect a hell of a fight. Two guys going out there ready to put on a show for the fans. I can't wait to go in there and do some damage. Robbie Lawler is on a 4-fight losing skid and hasn't fought since last August when he dropped a decision to Neil Magny. His other losses came to Colby Covington, Ben Askren, and Rafael dos Anjos. The former UFC welterweight champion holds notable wins over Carlos Condit, Donald Cerrone, Rory McDonald, Johnny Hendricks, and Matt Brown, amongst others. If he can beat Diaz, though, he would be getting another big name in his next fight, as he's down to the final few fights left in his legendary career. Former UFC bantamweight champion Miesha Tate has been forced to withdraw from her slated UFC main event with Ketlen Vieira. Tate and Vieira were scheduled to clash in the headliner of UFC Fight Night 195 on October 16th. However, according to a recent report from Sherdog, Miesha has been forced out of the contest after contracting COVID-19. Tate's manager, Josh Jones, later confirmed the news to ESPN and said that Miesha is doing okay and is hoping to reschedule the Vieira bout as soon as possible. Miesha Tate recently returned from a 5-year hiatus to defeat Marion Renaud via TKO back in July. It was one of the best performances of her illustrious career, and she looks to be in fine form to pursue a future title shot at 135 pounds. Meanwhile, Ketlen Vieira is number 7 ranked women's bantamweight contender. The 29-year-old Brazilian is 5-2 overall in the UFC and has notable wins over the likes of Sijara Eubanks, Kat Zingano, and Sarah McMahon. Vieira has not fought since February, where she dropped a unanimous decision to Yana Konitskaya. Hopefully Miesha Tate, who is one of the best women's bantamweights in history, can make a full recovery and get back to training soon. 35-year-old has gone 6-4 during her 10-fight UFC career.